Hi guys, welcome back to London Lips YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're not. Okay guys, don't forget to press subscribe when you're waiting and don't forget to like the video. So today, we're running once again the music industry on trial. And today, episode 2, we've got Chris Stokes. Now Chris Stokes is accused of, some of the most disgusting crimes against children. And we're going to be talking about it, because Chris Stokes, we have to talk about him. The allegations are serious, Razby has been screaming from the rooftops trying to get justice for a long time, and we're going to talk about it. Now, first, I'm going to start off by saying Razby, yes, he exposed Chris, he exposed him, but, there's other people who have also accused Chris of molesting them, sexually assaulting them, and rape. He's not actually the only one. And I'm going to tell you a quick story about, a boy who had contact with Chris Stokes. So basically, what happened was this boy, he could sing, he was talented and everything. He had a really good singing voice. He was with his mom. And, Chris was like, wow, your son's got talent, he can basically get him places. So, the mum was, obviously like most people, if your child is, talented, you're looking for an opportunity. And if opportunities come in your direction to help your child get famous, like most, she entertained the conversation, she was interested. So he said, you know what? I want to fly you out and your son, I'm going to help you get like Grammy Awards and things like that. But, it wasn't too long before, Chris allegedly started to not be able to, keep his hands to himself. He molested the boy. He was molesting the boy in the shower. He was running all sorts of abuse on this poor boy who only required and wanted, help in the music industry. He was allegedly, molesting him. And, the funny thing is, before the mom actually, accepted his offer of help, he mentioned, by the way, I've got a case going at the moment. A boy is accusing me of molesting him, but I never touched him. And I feel like that was the mum's, sign. She should have got the red flags right there and right then. She should have been like, he's accused of something already. I can't have this guy near my son without me watching him. At least she should have been watching him 24/7. He should have never, ever been alone with her child, especially when he told her that he has a case coming. He probably told her because he probably thought she was going to find out. And, he probably thought if he, confessed, she would find him more genuine and she wouldn't suspect him. But, this thing is, when people want to get famous, it's very, very easy for other people to, take advantage by, showing them they can make them wealthy, they can help them out, and they get contact, that most people wouldn't really give to somebody that they hardly ever know. So anyway, Stokes was abusing him. He had, like a schedule he would run. He'd have it almost planned out like an activity. Now, at the time, Stokes was managing Marques, and, it seems like, Marques was young. And, Marques basically was also carrying out allegedly these rapes. Now, the thing is, I think, what I think happened is, if the allegations are true, I think Chris Stokes, molested Marques Houston. He would groomed him, he had molested him, and I think he had basically bullied him into participating in these activities because apparently, over time, Marques has been allegedly raped, loads of boys. Apparently, the numbers are something high, like 13. And I don't know if you know, but, the group B2K, which is the group Razby was in, because Razby is actually cousins with Chris. Now, Razby, obviously, he was being, raped and abused by Chris. He said it a lot of times, and apparently the reason he's quieting down recently is because he's scared, because Chris is apparently attached to gangs, he's gang affiliated, so he doesn't really want to obviously mess with him, putting his life at risk talking out on him. So that would explain his recent silence on the whole situation. But Razby has said, Marques and Chris had both raped him numerous times, and also, his group members in B2K. Now, I seen a picture, and, it was shocking to me. It was an album promo that Chris was going to originally put out of B2K, and they're all lying in the bed, and they're actually naked. And The picture's really, really, really disturbing, and you know, the picture speaks for itself. Something is very, very wrong when you see a picture like that, and you have to bear in mind a grown man's taken that picture. Shocking. I didn't put the picture on here, and the reason I didn't put the picture on here is because, you know, the picture is actually disturbing. It's literally child pornography. You know, these boys are like very, very young in that picture, and somebody has taken that picture, and to think he thinks he can use something like that for promotion, that says a lot about this guy. The thing about this industry is this industry has people moving blatantly and openly and very obviously. Their behaviour is so questionable and so disgraceful and so obvious, yet it is ignored every time. They can take pictures like that and have it on a promo, and no one will question them, no one will ask them why. They can be accused of, you know, molesting children and doing things to children, and still work with other groups and other children. Right now, I'd like to let you guys know, before, I was going to tell you at the end, but I'm going to tell you now, Chris Stokes is still able to work with children. He's still working with children right now. He's still promoting children right now, despite all these allegations. This guy is still out there right now mingling with children, and nobody's stopping him. You know, who is policing the music industry? You know, the police are not policing it properly. No one's policing this industry, because why is this man even being allowed to be around children right now? I don't care if he's not convicted. There's been enough allegations. Right now, it infuriates me to think that a child could be in his care right this second while we speak right now. So anyway, Razby, you know, he's been screaming from the rooftops what happened to him. And I want to go back to the guy I told you about, the guy with his mum who he said he could make famous. So after molesting this boy for years, you know, when the boy has just, you know, he'd really had enough, he wanted to get away from him. Basically, you know, he had him blackballed, he had him blacklisted, he had allegedly blacklisted him out of the industry. He totally destroyed his career, made sure he wasn't going to make money, made sure he wasn't going to get anywhere by discrediting him and doing a whole load of things to the guy that made him not be able to continue in the music industry and have a big career. And that's how nasty, you know, some of these guys in the industry can be. You know, when you escape them, they don't even let you have the fame after that. They even want to block you from having the fame because they don't want you to have any credibility. You know, if you become big like them and you start talking out, people will believe you. But, you know, if you don't get on their level, they can discredit you. Razby, one of the main things that's been going against him is, even though he's been shouting out and screaming out about this cousin of his, you know, he's not been getting anywhere because of his mental health. And that's unfortunate that when you have mental health, some people use it to their advantage to discredit every single thing that you actually say. But, you know, Chris Stokes, as I said, he's been accused by, you know, not just Razby, other people as well. Razby's just the most public person accusing him. He was just the most vocal. He just screamed the loudest. You know, right now I feel like, you know, Chris Stokes is probably, you know, laughing and feeling like, you know, he's got away with it if he is guilty. And, you know, I'd love to know, do you guys think Chris Stokes is guilty? What do you think about this? You know, would all these guys be accusing him, all these guys be accusing him of, you know, doing these things to them in childhood? Now, I know B2K, you know, the rest of the group members said he didn't touch them, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's innocent. They may just be ashamed. They may feel like they participated in some things that they don't really want to talk about. They may be like, have been groomed like Marques Houston, and they may have actually, you know, carried out some acts under him, you know, forcing them to. And, you know, they may just not want to speak out. They may just want to, you know, forget about it, block it, and, you know, not think about it at all. You know, Chris Stokes, to me, you know, if you're asking me, do I think Chris Stokes is highly suspicious? Like, most definitely. I most definitely do. If the other group members, you know, have also been victims, or they know Razby was a victim, you know, they should speak out, they should back him, they should defend him. You know, it's the right thing to do. It's actually wrong for them to have him out here looking crazy, feeling scared for speaking out. If, you know, they know this guy actually did it, if they know this guy continues to do it, if they know there's more victims, you know, we don't want any more victims. You know, we don't want this guy to get to like 80 and then all the victims come out and he basically suffers no punishment because he dies in a couple of years or so. Imagine, you know, being so undecent that you use gang members to threaten people who are victims of yours. How absolutely disgusting. It makes me so sick. It makes me so mad. And because some of these guys in the industry are connected to gangs, they're taking advantage and using threats against people. How dare he feel he can threaten Rasby to not speak out? And why are there no consequences for Chris Stokes? Why is he getting away with this crazy, intimidating, nasty behaviour? You know, poor kids. Remember, these were children that he's allegedly abused. At this point, guys, you just got to ask yourself, why would, Rasby lie? Why would the other victims lie? What are they really gaining from lying about this? There's nothing should be proud of. No one wants to say they've been abused. No one wants to make something like this up. There's nothing to be gained from it. They're not gaining money or anything from it. There's nothing being gained from it. So why is this guy accused? Why him? What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's guilty? What do you think? Is he another one in the industry who, is abusing children and he's just been getting away with it as they get away with it for years? Let me know what you guys think. If you're asking me, what do I think? If I was in court and I was on the jury, would I find him guilty? I would find him guilty. Yeah, I would. I don't think no one's making this up about him. He sounds nasty. Using the gangs to threaten people is absolutely a disgrace. Do you believe he did that? What do you think about Marques? Do you think he was a victim or do you think he's a predator as well? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I'll see you on another one.